Hello to all of you dear friends. I hope you are all well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to channel, Freedom in Humanity. Please subscribe to my channel after watching the video. Good friends. We came to the subject of relationship with God. What is a relationship with God? How to have a relationship with God? What are the consequences of having a relationship with God? Dear friends, this video is the first part of the relationship with God. Please stay with us until the end of this video and the next videos. Relationship with God. Communication with God is a central element in the moral teachings of Islam. Proper communication with God creates good qualities in human beings and improves human relations with others. In this article, we answer the following questions. Why is there a relationship with God in ethics? Why start with the knowledge of God in a good relationship with God? Is the knowledge of God innate? What is the role of man in the growth of God's knowledge? Good communication with God creates the queen of piety and good qualities in man, which leads to good communication with others as well as oneself. That is why a good relationship with God is so important. How we relate to God can be examined in two parts. Part 1. Communication with the essence of oneness. Part 2. Communication with God's beloved. Tip. The beloved of God are those who have the best, the highest, and the greatest morals and behavior. The first step in a good relationship with God is to know Him, because it is not possible to communicate with someone we know nothing about. Therefore, knowledge underlies all subsequent matters such as love, obedience, worship, and the like. Monotheistic nature has three branches: knowledge, love, and worship. Efforts must be made to increase knowledge, because knowledge has degrees. Raising the degrees of knowledge is the work of God, but man must lay the groundwork for it. Tip. The knowledge of God is the highest knowledge, and it is with the knowledge of God that human knowledge is completed. Tip. Communication with God is the main pillar of morality. The moral teachings of Islam can be divided into three parts at a glance. The first part is about the relationship with God Almighty and His conduct. The second part is about the self. The third part in relation to others. Tip. Among these three categories, communication with God is the main and pivotal pillar of morality. Communication with God and His arguments. Good communication with God is directly related to good communication with God's servants. That is, the God-seeking man does not oppress God's servants, and his divine view of God's servants causes him to associate well with them. The circle of ethics is very wide. In morality, it is not just a matter of proper communication with others. Good communication with God and good communication of man with himself are also part of religious morality. The first step in morality is to have a good relationship with God. In monotheistic thinking, everything begins with God. Of course, God has placed human emotions in our nature, but the same emotion can be attached to Him, and through Him this love can be expressed. With this attitude, loving finds a different color and smell. Thus, both in that the focus is on God's moral issues, and in the fact that our view must begin first with God, and then reach the servants of God. The first step in moral issues is about man's relationship with God. The best way is to start training with how to communicate well with God. Nevertheless, good communication with the servants is achieved by itself. It is natural for a person who knows what God Almighty loves and dislikes, and whose only purpose in life is to seek God's approval, to never mistreat God's servants. Please say the following sentences to yourself. Valuable sentences. Whatever wants to happen, let it happen. The important thing is that I maintain my happiness. I do not do anything that upsets others. Thank you, dear friends, for watching this video. Please support me by subscribing, liking, activating notifications for future videos, your comments, and introducing this channel to your friends. Be happy in any case. Freedom in humanity.